What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. I really hope you guys had an incredible 4th of July weekend for those of you out there celebrating, and for those of you out there who haven't been celebrating or who just don't celebrate it, I really hope you guys had a terrific weekend. We had Transformers come out, we have Deliver Us from Evil, and tons of more movies heading our way, guys. The only sad part is the fact that we're in the second week of July, so right now summer is just flying right by. I mean, we have August, a lot of you guys start school, you know, work and whatnot. I mean, I already know how that's like, so it's just cherish your moments, guys, because the next thing you know, we're gonna have snow fall our way, and you know, we're not that far away from winter or the fall yet. So, but anyways, guys, for those of you out there watching this, I really hope you go on ahead and check out my second channel. It's UnrealEnt Network. On there, guys, you're gonna find a whole bunch of stuff that you won't find on here, discussions and topics and gameplay commentaries, some without commentaries. Certain games are without commentary, like horror games, because I really want to freak you guys out with some of the stuff that I bring to you guys. So make sure you guys go on ahead and subscribe to my second channel. Link will be in the description below for UnrealEnt Network, guys. So anyways, let's kick it off with your questions, everybody. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions to ask, and thank God that I have an AC, because if not, I would have walked outside and I would have turned into a freaking Sahara cactus. I mean, it's that hot outside. I mean, but cherish your moments, guys. Have fun with your friends. Go to the beach, go to the barbecues and whatnot. So, nevertheless, let's begin with our first question, which is from a man making his debut on here, and it is from...
Holy crap, I'm on YouTube. Hey guys, what's up? Now, believe it or not, I just made about 3 videos. Because I stutter so much and I'm so quiet at times, I figured that videos are not worth posting up. But to make my YouTube debut, that sounds really gay, I'm sorry. But to make my YouTube debut, and what this video is going to be for is to ask UnrealEntGaming Alex's questions for his Fan Mail of the Week. Alex, I think you're an awesome YouTuber, an awesome dude. I love watching your games. Actually, I started watching your games because, kind of like Dean Ambrose, I'm really a loner. And every night I go on WWE 2K14 or an Xbox game, and I'm really alone because everyone's sleeping and no one really talks to me that much. And that's just some personal problems I have with being a loner. But I listen to your videos so I can, I don't know, feel like I have someone to listen to or someone to talk to, so it's not dead quiet. And I just want to thank you for that. You're kind of keeping me company, even though we've never had a real conversation before. So here are my questions. Number 1, I have a theory of Super Saiyan 6. You know, the way to become a Super Saiyan God and a Super Saiyan 5. What if you put those together, you're already fused with the Dragon Balls, and you use the method of becoming a Super Saiyan God while you're in the Super Saiyan 5 form? Is that the way to become a Super Saiyan 6? That was my first question. My second question is, do you think Exciser has any more forms? Born a Super Saiyan 3, I personally believe that he must have more forms, and that was just a really psyched out Super Saiyan 4 form that we're always seeing him in, and that he could become a Super Saiyan 5 without the Dragon Balls if he was pushed hard enough to personally believe that he must be stronger than his father, Goku. For my third question, Rygor and Exciser fusing, what are your thoughts on that? I personally believe that that would be good because they both have a common enemy, Goku and Vegeta. I mean, Exciser's goal was never really Vegeta, but Vegeta does kind of get in the way. And I would imagine Vegeta would like some revenge on Exciser due to the fact that Exciser killed Vegeta and Blaze Jakar's animations, if that's the way the Toyple story actually went. For my third or my fourth question, because I have no idea, I completely lost track, shows how smart I am. For my fourth question, what do you think about WWE extending CM Punk's contract to keep him from going to MMA or UFC or TNA? I don't think he's going to go to TNA to begin with, but you might disagree. Some people might disagree with me. I've never really heard you express your opinions on CM Punk ever going to TNA. I think that might have been it. Oh, wait, no, I'm incorrect once again. For my final question, what do you think about Roman Reigns getting such a big push? I personally believe that Roman Reigns is good as a face as well as Dean Ambrose, but Seth Rollins is a horrible heel, and that even though he is making his way to being one of the top guys, I personally think they should have did it a better way. But if this is the way that they needed to go, to turn him heel, to betray the Shield, to join Evolution, or unofficially join Evolution and the corporation, then I guess that may just be the way it is. thank you so much. It would mean the world to me if you answered these questions, and I really love your videos, and you're kind of an inspiration. You're like my big brother, except because, you know, like I said, I'm a really big loner. And thank you so much. I really love what you're doing. I hope you get into WWE. WWE desperately needs someone new. If you haven't noticed, they're already digging themselves deeper and deeper in a hole of completely and utterly retarded mistakes. Did you see how much money Vince McMahon lost lately? I heard he lost over $16 million. That may just be a rumor, but it was announced, or 1.63 million. No clue. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you even watching this. And if you could respond, that would mean the world to me.
Not only are you a Dragon Ball Z fan, but you're a wrestling fan? You're fucking awesome, man. Like, where have you been this entire time? Jesus Christ. I mean, did you see Money in the Bank, by the way? That was such a great pay-per-view. I mean, honestly, aside from a few matches like the Stardust Goldust match with Ryback and stuff like that, and To Kill Time with Big E and Rusev and whatnot, but those two ladder matches were incredible, man. So, anyways, to move on to your questions, to answer your first question, Super Saiyan 6, that is such a great idea. I mean, although I feel like it's a little overkill, I think that they should have used that to create a Super Saiyan 5, perhaps, or maybe a god. For example, right? What if Goku uses the Dragon Balls to fuse with, and then uses the energy of 6 pure-hearted Saiyans to ascend to the final level of being either a Super Saiyan 5 or a Super Saiyan God? So let's say Goku is in his Super Saiyan 4 form and he's just about to do that. What do you think would make sense to have for a final level? A Super Saiyan God or a Super Saiyan 5? Granted, it doesn't have to be, you know, the canon version of Super Saiyan God the way Akira Toriyama designed it, or nor can it be the actual uncanon version of Super Saiyan 5, you know, overall design and look and stuff like that. But I think that Super Saiyan 6 is a little overkill because we haven't really seen the utilization of Super Saiyan 5 yet. So by there being a 6, you know, eventually later on down the road, somebody's going to be like, oh, well, what would have happened if there's a Super Saiyan 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 and stuff like that? It's just going to keep going on and on and on. So I feel like the suppression of, you know, having to have Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan 5 as the final form makes perfect sense, because then you don't have to go on in and just do a whole bunch of stuff. You can just keep it the way it is. Although it would be really interesting to see what a Super Saiyan 6 can do and how he looks like and whatnot, I feel like Super Saiyan 5 or Super Saiyan God should be the final forms, because from there on in, you're just going to keep creating levels that make no sense. And I mean, I love your whole idea of incorporating the Dragon Ball fusions along with the powers and soul body energy of 6 pure-hearted Saiyans. That right there is awesome. But in terms of that, I think it should be used to create either a Super Saiyan 5 or B, a Super Saiyan God. So either way, I mean, I think it would be really interesting to see. But in the long run, I don't think it would just make sense to have another, you know, another level beyond 5 if we haven't utilized 5 yet. So, to answer your second question, does Zycor have any other forms? Now, all right, I mean, just having that kind of ability to be born as a Super Saiyan 3 and whatnot, having his suppressed form, having him battle Goku as a Super Saiyan 5, I mean, I personally feel like he should have an ascended form. We all know that, you know, Rigger has many different forms as well, but he has, you know, a story behind those forms, you know, like Super Saiyan 5 having to drain his life energy and whatnot. So he actually has an ascended version of Super Saiyan 4. So I feel like Zycor has so much potential, being that he's half God, half Saiyan. Although I would love to see that in animation form. I heard that Team 4 Star is doing some stuff with, you know, Vegito and Zycor, and that's going to be awesome to see. But Zycor is such an awesome character because when you look at him, he just looks fucking malevolent. He looks devious. It's like, wow, you know, like this dude looks like he can just like rip your face off, and that's exactly what he did. He killed, I believe, Goten and Trunks. No, yeah, he killed Goten and Trunks, I believe, in the Dragon Ball AF version. So he annihilated them without even like giving a fuck. So imagine if he actually ascended past his previous limitations. The dude would be a beast. But in terms of him having other forms, I think he should. I really don't think why he shouldn't, because as a character like that, having the ability and to just push yourself, why not push yourself to be as good, or if not greater than your father Goku? So to answer your third question, Rigger and Zycor being fused, that would be so fucking sick to see, because on one hand you would have the fusion and the powers of a half Saiyan, half God, and a legendary Saiyan, as opposed to having, you know, Goku and Vegeta do whatever type of technique they want, either Metamorph or Potara, to go up against these guys. I mean, honestly, they number one, if those two fused, that would be it. Game over. There would not be any character whatsoever that can be able to match up to these two. I mean, having Zycor and Rigger combined, that's unlimited power. I mean, I'm pretty sure at a certain standpoint, the only way they could be beaten is if they kill themselves. If all of the life energy just completely vanished from their body, you know what I mean? So for me personally, I feel like that if they were to combine powers, they would be a lot more powerful than Super Saiyan God Goku, a lot more powerful than Vegito, Gogeta, perhaps even Whis, Beerus, and stuff like that. So having that kind of power, raw, unmitigated power, is just, it's limitless. So having them fuse would be sick, especially going up against Goku and Vegeta. They would get massacred. Like, just having that fusion form would just speak for itself. So Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, Oob, whoever it is that's going to stand up against this mighty fusion would not even stand a chance. So, to answer your fourth question, WWE extending Punk's contract. All right, well, at this point, I think me and you can just agree that he's not going to go to MMA. He's definitely not going to go to TNA. What I think Punk is doing right now is just resting up. I think that he's having fun with his wife, you know, AJ. So, the dude is just doing his thing. Me, personally, I was always a fan of Punk, but over the years, I felt like he wasn't giving his all in the ring. I felt like he was just half-assing at certain things. And he even openly admitted that he lost the passion. And, you know, whether it be him walking away, I don't think it was a good idea. But, hey, if you're fed up with something and you want to speak up, then you speak up and you go on ahead and just take actions into your own hands. I mean, I'm pretty sure that WWE lost a lot of money because of him. But then again, do you blame the guy? He has his reasons. He lost his passion. He's doing what he has to do. But in terms of WWE extending his contract, just for him not to be back, it would not make any sense, because I really don't think Punk will be back this year. I really don't think so. Unless, of course, he comes back SummerSlam or Survivor Series or perhaps the Royal Rumble. I don't see Punk coming back this year, or maybe even next year. We don't know when he's going to be back. I mean, I would like to see him come back, of course, but aside from that, he left and Bryan took his spot. So, you know, now you have Daniel Bryan, you know, that's pretty much covering for CM Punk, and being in Triple H's shoes and Vince McMahon, you're not going to be pretty happy if somebody walks out on your company while on contract. So he walked out, still gets paid, and he ain't doing shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, people have opinions, and he did what he did, and I think he was a really good wrestler, and I hope he comes back. I really do, because it'll be really interesting. So, and to answer your last question, Roman Reigns. Man, I don't think that... All right, I think that he's okay, all right? I don't see anything special about him other than looks. But then again, wrestling isn't, you know, a model contest. You're not modeling, you know what I mean? Yes, your image is going to matter the most because, you know, your body, your face, everything that screams about you is your moneymaker. But in terms of his overall wrestling ability, I feel like Roman Reigns could be the best that he could be, but he probably doesn't even know yet. Maybe he's limited to doing certain things. Who knows? Is he the greatest wrestler of all time? Absolutely not. Is he the worst? Absolutely not. In terms of his face run, obviously he's going to be like the quote-unquote next top guy for WWE. That's what I personally feel like they're going to do to him. So he's going to be like the next John Cena or whatnot. And in terms of his face turn, I think they should have made him heel. I think they should have made him heel, and I think that they should have kept him as a bad guy. I love Dean Ambrose. I really do. Like, when you talk about being a loner, you shouldn't talk like that, because you have me, you have a whole bunch of people, you have the wrestling community. So for me personally, I feel like Ambrose is the one. I feel like Ambrose is like the Joker that WWE is missing. I feel like Seth Rollins, on the other hand, he's doing what he can, and he's an incredible performer. In terms of his heel turn, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, there have been worse, but I think he's playing it off with the whole bravado of him coming up with the Shield and whatnot, the architect gimmick. So it works, and it's really awesome. Like, the guy is awesome. I used to watch him way back in Ring of Honor when he was Tyler Black and whatnot. So the guy is fucking good. Ambrose is great. Roman Reigns is decent. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens because there's so many new talents coming up. So it is what it is at this point. I mean, who knows? Maybe even myself one day. I don't know. I mean, that's for you guys to decide. You know what I mean? Like, I love wrestling with a passion. I love the good things. I love the bad things. Wrestling will always be wrestling, just like MMA will always be MMA. Basketball will always be basketball. So, you know, this is what I thrive for. And, you know, who knows? I mean, wrestling is just one giant opinion. So, my thoughts on Roman Reigns, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with him. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Leo50 Perez. Hey, Alex, it's me, Leo, longtime fan. I have a few questions to ask you, so let's get right into it. Cracks knuckles, oh boy. Question number 1. What kid were you in your group of friends? What I mean is a group, there is always a funny kid, a fat kid, the smart kid. Which one were you? My second question kind of relates to my first. During school, which group were you in your group of friends? There was always the nerds, the jocks, the rebels, the Sith? What, did you put the Sith or the Sith? I don't know. What are you talking, Jedis here? Fucking the Sith. Question number 3, do you want to build a snowman? Oh my god, no, you did not just say that, fucking snowman. Oh my god. I'm going to have to beat you across the head with a baseball bat. I can't believe you just... Do you want to build a snowman? Question number 4. What is your favorite animated movie? Question 5. Do you think that guys can like Disney movies? I like Frozen, and my friends think only girls can like those kinds of movies. Quite childish, really. Thanks for answering my questions, Alex, and I'll see you next week. P.S. I'm not gay, in case you were wondering. I didn't even think you were, but thank you for the questions, man. To answer your first question, how would I categorize myself in my little group of friends? Well, I would categorize myself as the funny kid, the smart kid, probably the quiet kid, and then there was the creative kid. Creative in terms of always filming, always, you know, coming up with stupid things to do. The funny kid because I would always make fun of my friends for every little minor detail. The smart kid because I would have common sense at times because of course I would actually have to think some things through. But most often than not, the only way I would describe that if my actual friends kind of just went on ahead and explained that, because I mean we all want to categorize ourselves as being this, that, or the third, but we can't really do that because we're not in those positions to say so. But I would consider myself that way in a certain aspect if I had to choose. So, and in terms of your second question, that actually varied. At one point I was with the jocks, at one point I was with the rebels, at one point I was with the gangsters, aka gangbangers, like, you know, stuff like that. So I always kept to myself. I didn't really give a fuck, you know. I was a little bit of everything: a nerd, a jock, a rebel, a gangster, whatever. A Sith, a Jedi, fucking whatever, a Transformer. Yeah, I was a Transformer in high school. In high school, like, it was really, really chill. There was no problems. Of course, my freshman year, I was doing stupid stuff, joining gangs, all those stupid things, beating people up. That was like fucking dumb. And then after that, my junior year, my senior year, and a little bit of my sophomore year, I kind of like just moved on ahead and not, you know, really look back on the stupid stuff. So high school can have such an effect on you because during middle school, I was with like the nerds in a sense, you know what I mean? And that's what I hate. Everybody classifies everybody else as being nerds or rebels or like geeks or, you know, goths, or it's just so stupid, man. To answer your third question, yeah, I'll build a snowman with you only if I can just like tackle you through one. That is the only way I'll do it. If you want to build a snowman, I'll build it with you, but I'm gonna have to like tackle you through it once we're done. So, to answer your fourth question, favorite animated movies. Well, I loved Resident Evil Degeneration. That was a great animated film. I loved the Pokemon 2000 movie, Pokemon the first movie, the Dragon Ball Z movies, of course. There are a few animated movies, but when you say animated, I want to know like what specifically are you talking about? Like, you know, cartoon movies or anime movies or stuff like that. Like, what exactly do you mean by animated movies? If you're talking about, like, you know, Meet the Kooks or whatever the hell it is, you know what I mean? Like, be more specific with that. But in terms of animated films, I don't have specifics, but I do like animated films as long as they're good. So, and to answer your last question, yes, grown men can like Disney movies. I don't see how your friends only think girls can do that. They must have missing brain cells or something, because did you guys forget Lion King? That wasn't a chick flick. Did you guys forget, you know, certain Disney movies that went along those lines, like Hercules and stuff like that. Those weren't girl movies. And what's wrong with Disney movies these days? We're all gonna have kids eventually. I mean, most of us, but those who won't, watch them anyway because they have a good story. I mean, Disney movies are fun to watch. They're funny. They're just like, they're entertaining to see. So why wouldn't anybody just view that as an entertaining aspect? It's like, oh, you can't watch that because it reminds me of a girl flight. No, man. Just, it's a movie designed for everybody. If you want to watch it, watch it. If not, don't even bother like releasing your dumb comment because it's like you said, it's childish to even, you know, say, oh, you can't watch a Disney movie because it's only made for girls. You know what I mean? Like, that right there makes no sense. But anyways, Leo, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a great weekend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Derek Stokes. Hey, Alex, it's me again. I was wondering if I can ask you a few more questions. I would really appreciate it so much. On to the questions. Question number 1, what is your opinion on Adrian Neville? Question 2, if you can decide how the streak would end, what would you do? When would you do it? And why? Question 3, who would win? Weiss versus Rigger and Zykor fuse with Potara earrings. Oh, damn, that's a slaughter. Question 4, do you think DBZ needs one more Saiyan since Pan isn't even born yet? And if so, what would be their backstory? Question 5, how is Brooklyn like? Question 6, do you think El Toro is a good... El Torito, I was about to say El Toro, God, is a good wrestler? P.S. Thank you for answering my questions. P.S.S. Fuck you, Squale! Which is, was it Squale, Yamcha, Squid, Paul? Oh my God, they're all fused into one. That's horrifying. Thank you, Derek. Well, to answer your first question, Adrian Neville is the best high flyer in the world. That dude, I mean, I'm not so entirely sure how familiar you are with independent wrestling, but I remember watching Adrian Neville back in the day when he was known as Pac. And I would watch Pac versus Prince Devitt, Pac versus Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson, Pac versus Tyler Black, you know, Pac versus Teddy Hart, Pac versus all these guys, and he was fucking amazing, you know what I mean? Like, watching him in certain companies, and it was just like, he brought the it factor, and you know what I mean? Like, Adrian Neville should be champion. I mean, this dude brings everything to the table. I think if anything, he should be in front of somebody like Roman Reigns or, you know, people like that. The Pac has incredible talent. He's a ring technician. He's an amazing wrestler. I mean, Adrian Neville deserves so much. I mean, he is literally the man that gravity forgot, because that dude can do things that not many people can do just because of his athleticism and his ability to do so. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, there are certain wrestlers that I think that are amazing, like Adrian Neville, Bray Wyatt, you know, people like that. And it's just, you know, Cesaro, and I mean, who knows? Maybe Adrian Neville is the one. And I mean, I really can't wait to see what they're going to do when he comes up on the main roster. So, to answer your second question, the streak, I would have Bray Wyatt end the streak. I would do a story where Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family are trying to take on The Undertaker. Similar characters, similar gimmicks. It would be sick to see. Bray Wyatt pretty much ends the streak. I would have it like that. Just pretty much give Bray Wyatt the ball. Give Bray Wyatt the opportunity to become that monster, to become the next Undertaker in an aspect, you know, like the crazy version of him. Every single time I see Bray Wyatt, I think of Mankind. I think of, you know, so many different characters, and Bray Wyatt is just sick, man. The dude is fucking amazing. So, if anything, I would have had Bray Wyatt ended, you know, by having him do a couple of things with Taker and then having him hit the sister Abigail on him, and I think that would have made perfect sense to have Bray Wyatt go over on The Undertaker and then have Bray Wyatt built up as the next monster, not Brock fucking Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's done. He's like, what, he's in his mid-30s. The dude is just like, give it to somebody like Bray Wyatt. That guy carries the company. That guy could carry the company. Not a fucking part-timer, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's just my opinion. So, what more can we do except just wait and see what's going to happen next with Taker? So, hopefully things go for the better. I would love to see Taker wrestle Wyatt at WrestleMania, or Taker wrestle, you know, Daniel Bryan, or Taker wrestle, you know, Adrian Neville or something. It would be amazing, but it is what it is. To answer your third question, Weiss would lose. Weiss would lose. Rigger and Zykor combined, Weiss would lose, because that kind of power alone would be enough to crush like 3 Weisses. let alone 1. So Rigger and Zykor are just, they would win, especially with the Patara earrings. Their powers would multiply. That's incredible strength, man. There's no way Whis can even come out of that alive. So to answer your 4th question, I would have to say yes and no. If there were to be one more Saiyan introduced, I would have it to where it's a brand new Saiyan as a whole. Someone that is just fairly new that we haven't seen before. Perhaps maybe a lone rogue, a rogue Saiyan that just happens to have stumbled upon that. But if anything, just keep it like that. If not, just have another person join. Because, I mean, having a lot of Saiyans, you know, be a part of that, it wouldn't make that much sense in a way. You know, like, you're going to have enough Saiyans. So, but in an aspect, I do believe that Pan would fit the description. Because if Pan was around, having Pan turn into a Super Saiyan, having Pan turn into all these things, it would be amazing. But they messed up with Pan on GT, so it is what it is. We can't really deny any of that. So, but it is what it is in that aspect. I mean, I would have to say, if not introduce another Saiyan, introduce another character as a whole. So, but I mean, having another Saiyan, it's just like, whoa, another one? Like, what the hell? To answer your 5th question, Brooklyn. Brooklyn will forever be Brooklyn. It's where I live. Dirty poverty, people with hopes and dreams being crushed. It's pretty bad. Anybody who can tell you that. People who live in Bushwick, Flatbush, you know, East New York, you know, just Williamsbridge. It's just like, oh my God, man, there's so much stuff. Williamsburg and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. But Brooklyn will never change. It will always remain the way it is, sadly. I wish I had the ability to change things, but in this aspect, what more can you do? I mean, Brooklyn is just like your typical ghetto place. So, and to answer your final question, El Torito, I'm not even gonna answer that. No, he's not a good wrestler. Well, he's decent, but it is what it is with him. I'm not gonna say much. I mean, I really don't watch him, so I don't have an opinion. But anyways, Mr. Derek, thank you for the questions, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Super Saiyan Naruto. Hey, Alex, I have some questions for you. Question number 1, I need your advice. All of my friends have started getting girlfriends, and when they break up, I'm the guy everyone comes to. They're all my friends, and I don't know what to say. I'm literally giving the same advice over and over. I need your help on what to do. Question number 2, have you heard of Diary of a Wimpy Kid? If so, what did you think of the movie and the books? Question 3, can you do a DC Universe playthrough now that you have a PlayStation 4? Question number 4, on the new DBZ game, when it says movie coming out, I think it means trailer, not an actual movie. Those are all the questions that I have. Keep up the awesome videos and keep it coming. Thank you, Mr. Super Saiyan Naruto. Well, all right, to answer your first question, I mean, certain things can vary. I believe that if you're stuck giving the same advice over and over and over again, and people just aren't listening to you, I think you just need to, like, throw in the towel, dude, because some people just need to learn the hard way. I mean, honestly, it sucks that some people just have to go to you when, you know, it's a dire situation. I mean, trust me, I've had it happen before. I had a lot of people talk about, hey, man, you should be a therapist, you should be this, that, and the third. And I tend to give the best possible advice that I can give someone, especially if I were to do something similar to that situation. So, if I were you, I wouldn't just give up on the fact that they come to you for advice, but just give them different advice depending on the situation. If, like, let's say, for example, somebody breaks up with their girlfriend, you can't say the same thing as if someone were to, you know, cheat on their girlfriend. It just doesn't make any sense. If you're literally stuck giving the same advice over and over, try to figure out the source of the problem. Try to figure out what's really going on so you understand the situation better. I mean, if the girl cheated on the guy, you're not going to give the same advice as if, like, it was somebody that was, you know, catfishing someone or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So it just varies. So for me, I would have to say that if someone keeps coming to you for advice and you keep repeating yourself, you shouldn't give that person advice. I mean, you should literally let them, you know, learn the hard way, because if they're not listening to you, what's the point of even giving out advice? Some people are just destined to just be naive and bliss, and they don't tend to see the bigger picture. I've been in situations personally where, I don't know if you guys want to hear this or not. I mean, let me know in the comment section below if you really want to hear some of my deep, dark, personal, you know, stories that I've had with women. And I mean, I have nothing against women. I love women, but women sometimes can be very, very condescending, very evil. As beautiful as something may be, as you're beholding it with your very eye, sometimes that beauty may turn out to be a beast. So I've had thousands of encounters and experiences and different situations and stories that I can just go on with. So depending on your friend's situation, I mean, I think you should just change up your advice depending on the situation, because you can't just keep giving the same advice if, like, you know, if certain things happen that are different. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So to answer your second question, I actually did hear the movie, but I never watched it, nor do I know what it's about, so I can't really give my full information or opinion on it, because I don't know what really. I mean, diary of a wimpy kid. I don't know. I mean, it's probably a comedy. I mean, it is what it is. I never watched it. Maybe I'll watch it one day, but can't really give my opinion on that because I never watched it. To answer your third question, DC Universe Online. I was actually thinking about, you know, just live streaming that for you guys. I actually did want to give a giveaway for that, but I didn't know how to, because I was like, wait a minute, isn't DC Universe just like a downloadable thing on the PS4? So, let's just say I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm not going to say what or when, but you're just going to have to stay tuned for that. And to answer your final question, the new Dragon Ball Z game, of course, when it says movie coming, it is a trailer probably. But like, Dragon Ball Z has, oh my god, man, it would be so sick if they just confirmed a little mini movie, like, you know, perhaps including Gine, the mother of Goku, having her little movie. It could be like a 30-minute movie, who cares, or a 1-hour movie, whatever the case may be. It can just be like a little short animated film, and they can just progress forward with that. I mean, I think it's better than nothing, if you ask me. But yeah, I mean, for Dragon Ball Z, that is going to be the trailer. I mean, at first I was like, wait a minute, new movie. Normally they would say trailer, but they're talking about movie here, so I was fucking shocked. I was like, whoa. But it is the trailer, unfortunately. So, but we're just gonna have to wait and see until PAX and all that other stuff passes by to see what Dragon Ball Z has to offer. So, but anyways, Mr. Naruto, thank you for the questions, my friend. I hope you have a fantastic week. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching. My name is UnrealEntGaming. I'm sorry I had to cut this a little short because I actually have a lot of plans to do today. I was actually planning on going to the beach and whatnot, so hopefully that falls on through. You guys will find out next week if I did or did not get to go. But just a lot of things to do today, so thank you all for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Send in your questions, preferably in video format if you guys do. Also, if you guys decide to send in your videos via actual video format, please don't delete them, because sometimes I see them very late, and then when I go click on them, the video has been removed by the user. So don't take them down, man. Leave them up. I want to put it up here and just like talk to you guys and interact with you guys. So I hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for next week's episode, because right now I have to go pack my little cooler, my umbrella, my towel, my lotion. Fuck lotion. Who uses fucking lotion these days? My little like swim goggles, because I'm gonna go fucking shark hunting out there, and I'm probably gonna lose. Probably gonna get killed by a tiger shark or whatever. This might be my last fucking video. I don't know. I mean, if you guys happen to see, you know, a person get mauled by like a tiger, whale shark or some shit, some octopus looking fucking Sharknado looking shark from like the deep blue sea, that would be me. So I hope you all just like remember me for being a good person or something. I don't know. But anyways, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed. Soak up and take advantage of the summer while it's still here, because remember, summer always goes by very quick. So I hope you all enjoyed, everybody. Stay tuned for more, and I will be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next episode. God bless you all, everybody. Peace.